So I'm not the type of person to tell people to stay in situations that don't work for them. If it's not a good situation for you, let's just say it's a job situation, if it's not the type of work that you would like to do, or the benefits really are not good there, or you're really not getting a lot of support, then you should just look outside of that to see what can work better for you. Because I think we just feel like we just have to get into situations and things just because of we have to, I guess. We feel like we have to stay at certain jobs, or we have to stay in certain relationships, and we just have to be there because, we obligated to do so, even though it doesn't work for us, even though it doesn't do anything for us, and it doesn't, produce any seed. And that was like reality that I had to face, last year, because I had made a decision in my career that I thought I would never make. I have never walked down a job without having another one lined up, and I ended up doing that last year. I never thought I would have to do that. I never, even picture myself being in that type of situation because yes, I am a single parent. So I can't walk away from jobs just like that. I do have to have something lined up. But because of what was taking place on that job and how things would turn out, that I knew, hey, this isn't going to work out for me. And I only been in that job for about 3 months. So that was a real big shock for me. Because usually, I have experienced some other crazy things going on jobs before, but I usually stay there. Even though I had to come home crying and be angry and mad, but I had to stay there for a good specific amount of time because my son was young, make sure my household was stable, and also, finding something that will work. But I also know that it comes to a point that you have to be honest yourself about things. And I said before, like in another video about college, is that when you go to college, don't just go just to get a job. Go to get information, because the information you could take with you and you could just do whatever with it. Like you can go start a business, or you can try to get in a certain industry. Now I'm not saying that that you can't use your degree to get a job, but the mindset needs to shift a little bit. Like we don't need to feel like the work that we do has to be some kind of slave work. Like we have to just do it, or we have to go work this job because we don't have nothing else, or like I can't go after my passion. I can't invest time to that. But I do believe if you are very wise to what you do, you figure out a way, and you figure out a sustainable way to have income come in while working on your passion. And I'm saying this because I know this applies to just not just to your job, but just to every area of your life. Like if something doesn't work for you, it just doesn't work for you. You don't have to force nothing. And I know sometimes we feel like we have to force it because of just past experiences that we have in life. Like if this is all that you know, then that's what you gonna just end up sticking with, even though there's other things outside of that. And I'm learning that I have to get out of my comfort zone to see just the world of opportunities that's out there. And just because I work in a certain industry and this how things always been, doesn't mean it's gonna be the same way in the next industry or in a different company or a different position. So things can change. But the truth of it is that you have to know what works for you. You don't have to pretend about that. You don't have to lie about that. And that's something that I'm coming to this place of. Now, yes, I am still working, but I'm still coming, full circle around back to that decision to really step out the box and go after my passion, invest in it, and look and see what are other ways I can make income. Do I have to do a 9 to 5? Or can I, just invest into finding something that is going to be close to my passion? So while I'm working on my business, I can still be, in a passionate work, something that works for me, that's purposeful, and make my money and still become established with that. Like now, there is no excuse for people to make money. We do have social media. And like I said before, I have no issue with people doing content creation because it's going to soon become a very wide industry, if it isn't now, because it's a way for people that, are very creative, that do like to talk. They have other interesting goals, and maybe they, want to get in the film, or maybe they just want to show off their hobby. They have a way to make money from that. And that doesn't mean that it won't be no need for a degree, because I still believe in education. But you can use that information. If you go to college, get the information, you can use the information to help succeed in this type of platform, this with social media. If you really just sit down and just map out what do you really want out of that career or maybe out of your work life. Like, what do you actually want to do? And I hate that we just try to put people in a box and just feel like they have to only do this one thing. And it's the only way they can make it. And I'm like, I'm seeing so many different avenues. Everybody don't work like a regular 9 to 5. Some people actually just do just regular side gigs and they still can, pay their bills. There's other people that do invest in content creation and they don't have to get up, like everybody else get up. Now I'm saying that they don't put a lot of work in or put a lot of time in, but just it's not like traditional way. So right now we live in a world where you don't have to do a traditional way, that you can step outside of that. So if it's not working, if you know you ain't getting enough from it, go ahead and just leave. Go ahead and make your exit plan right now and say, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, this is the date I'm gonna leave, this date I'm gonna put 2 week notice in, or even if it's like a relationship. I just believe if something's not working for you as far as a relationship, that you need to end that immediately because the longer that you wait, it seems like you just get pulled back in. But if you know it's not good for you, go ahead and just cut those ties like now. Go ahead, send out the text or do the call, do what you have to do because you don't want to just be in this space where you're just bogged down by things. You don't. Like everybody do want to live their life of freedom. Even if they don't say it out loud, they do want to live their life of freedom. They want to be able to work the type of work they want to do. They want to be able to make the money, make the type of money they want to make. They want to be flexible in their time and schedule, spend time with their family. They want to be in good health. They want to be able to go here and go there. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to make sure your life is aligned to that. So it just my 2 cents on that. I didn't want to go deeper into that because I know it'd be more explanation and more conversation, which I may do later down the road because this is something really that we should talk about more because I hate to see people just day in, day out, just dreading the day, don't want to be at work, don't want to be where they live at, just feel like that's the only way. But that's not true. You can get away from that. You can just start over, do something new, do something that's gonna be good for you. You can do that. That's actually possible. But it just takes time for you just to sit down, let's go and map this out. And even if things don't go according to plan, that don't mean you can't get there. Sometimes things go out the rails to show you that there is a different way. Or maybe there's a way that you need to do it that's better for you instead of what you originally planned. So live each day with some purpose. Don't feel like you're just stuck in one box. You can get out that box. You can try to do your own thing. You don't have to feel bad about doing that. You don't have to apologize for that. Now, yes, I do believe, in getting wisdom and getting counsel, but if you got to a point in your life where, hey, I'm ready to start living my life, then go ahead and make that decision, make the choices that you need to make. And down the road, you're able to look back and say, I'm glad I did that. That I didn't just sit, on that decision or just, went about my day and just feel like I can't do nothing else. But I'm glad I went forward and say, hey, I'll make this decision and I'm going to walk away from that and choose something better.